Look at what
Yeah.
offices, what high like important people in offices sit in, because it's not going to be the $1,000 shit. It'll be about 100, maybe like 80 to 100,
No, but
and
those
they
are the
literally,
$1,000 chairs, though. I know
yeah.
this because it's not even the important people. Like I remember it back in Boys Home. I was in the office of the head boss man, and he had this. I have a thing for chairs. I like a nice chair. I was like, like the boss
Yeah.
of the boys. I was like, damn, that's a cool ass chair. He's like, yeah, go ahead, sit in it. And it was the exact chair that now have to pay like $1,000 for. And this was like 10 years ago. So they don't fuck around, those people.
Oh
There's
yeah, so now
some
that
I read
we're
some stories on Reddit where somebody found like a refurbished one of those for $300 on eBay, and that was like the big success story.
fuck yeah. Oh yeah, so now that we're live, I got a story for y'all, and I've been bitching about this thing. Anyone who will fucking listen, right? So last Monday, I almost got arrested for looking
Oh
like
yeah,
me.
you told me this one.
Yeah, just
What?
so
Looking at what?
for looking like me.
Okay.
He got racially
So
profiled.
so Monday I come into work, right? And as it turns
Yeah.
out, on Friday they told everyone and that we get this entire week off. It's unpaid, of course, but hey, I guess at least I got some time to spend at home.
Hey.
So I basically stay, clean up trash for 2 hours, and then start heading home. Now, normally, right, I get a ride with someone and I go to work with to the bus stop and then take the bus home. However, he's not at work that day, so that means I gotta walk down the highway for an hour to get to the bus stop to go home. So I just start hoofing it. Walking down the highway, I then see two EMT vehicles, emergency medical people, right? And they're just driving down the road, and I think, okay, nothing special. Big town, people get hurt all the time. So I keep walking along. I then see a police cruiser. Guy stops the car and then just starts asking me questions like, hey, where'd you come from? Where are you going? And are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It's all good. Then he just parks his car diagonally in the middle of the road to like block it, right? Gets out of the car, starts asking me more questions than asks to see my ID. Well, this can't be fucking good. So then he checks my ID, radios in some command over the radio. Then a sheriff's car pulls up and three deputies jump out. All of them like fully strapped out in tactical gear and shit.
Hey.
And these guys are blocking the road too. And then the cop tells me, oh yeah, so here's what happened. Up the road, there was a hit and run, and a guy jumped out who caused the hit and run, jumped out of the car and started running away. A tall white guy with red hair, dressed in blue jeans and a black hoodie. Guess what the fuck I look like?
Damn. What a fucking massive coincidence, dude.
You're Irish?
Yeah. And literally, like, I had to have them call my boss to have him verify, yes, this guy who is who he says he is, he just left work like 10 minutes ago. If my boss didn't pick up the phone, I would have spent the day in a fucking holding cell.
Wait, they looked at your ID and they were still like, I don't believe that this is this guy.
Yeah, they thought I was still him. Like, they looked at my ID and shit. Like, they were even having me, like, pull down my shirt to check for fucking tattoos and shit. And I have, like, no ink or anything. Like, just...
Yeah, officer, I have a tattoo on my penis. Damn, and like even I mean that already is fucking dumb as shit. But to then pull up with like 4 deputies who are heavily armed, what did they think you were gonna do? Pull out a fucking rocket launcher from your hoodie?
I mean, it is America. Well, okay, it's California. The most I can pull out is maybe a fucking Glock.
I mean, I wouldn't be
Jesus.
surprised.
Oh, by the way, yeah.
And I mean,
Oh,
it's a guy who was involved in hit and run. What is he gonna be? Like, at most, a concussed dude with a fucking pistol?
Yeah,
Like, come on.
He already left his weapon behind, which is his car.
Fair.
Like, I'm just a dude walking alongside the fucking highway with nothing on me but a fucking lunch bag. Like, you have to call up 3 sheriff's deputies for that?
Yeah, was it a semi-automatic?
Don't be
lunch
acting,
bag?
don't be acting unwise, my dude.
Yep.
Excuse me, is that a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
You're
I'm
incorrect.
allergic to peanuts, motherfucker! Boom, boom, boom!
Oh,
Yeah, because you
oh.
brought a weapon.
Oh, you want to know what I found out? Surprisingly, that I never knew, but I should have. So I found out that the trains in France are nationalized or are owned by the government. You know, paid for by the government by taxes.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, and that's
Well,
something
that's the end of the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well
It's like,
that
you
used to be normal.
Exactly. I'm so.
I wish that was more of the case here in America, but no, we don't have that. It has to be fucking
I've become
privatized.
so used to being British, right?
Yeah.
So used to being British, I've forgotten, like, you know, this is not the case for most of, you know, the same countries in Europe.
Well, I mean, apparently in Italy, the privatization of the train lines has worked to a certain extent because all of the important ones are still run by like a government-owned one. In Germany, it's the train carrier is owned entirely by the government, but it is of course a private entity that is oriented for profit because this happened in like the wake of neoliberalism in the 90s.
Those fuck neoliberals.
And this is why German trains never run on time.
I wish I could say the same.
That English trains never run on time. They don't run on time either.
No. They run barely on time, Burger.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Oh, so the
Big
thing in
difference.
Germany is that if it's less than 15 minutes late, it isn't counted as a delay in the statistics.
Oh my fucking god.
Just one of my favorite fucking things. It's just what reason could there possibly be to do that aside from we want to just fake the statistics to make them look like something they're not?
I mean, I'd say 2 or 3 minutes I could understand.
Yeah, that's fine, but not 15. Yeah. So it's Thanksgiving this weekend.
Yep.
Thanksgiving right now, no? Because
Yeah, I thought it was today.
that's all the pings I've had today. It's just like, Happy Thanksgiving, guys. It's like, I'm not even American, but okay.
Do Native
Look.
Americans have like a festival called Thanksgiving? Where like they get money or some shit?
I don't believe so, no.
Because that would be kind of cool. It's just
I think it's more
who
just
are they
a
giving the thanks to? Like turkey manufacturers?
Pretty much.
America.
I think they just sit. I think they just sit around and get angry at white people all day, which makes sense.
America. Do. America. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Coming again to say the motherfucking day, yeah.
Yeah, so
But
that's
no.
what happens basically, I suppose.
Oh, man. You want to know what's
Man.
fucked up?
Only thing I'm waiting for is Black Friday, so I can buy some more hard drives. for
Well,
my
we already
computer.
have Black Friday here. It's Black Friday.
Well, I mean, of course, you guys are a day ahead of us here.
No,
Yeah, but
no,
it's not Friday. It's still Thursday.
No, it's Black Friday week in Amazon Germany. People have been buying shit, and on Steam. I remember it's on Steam. I have been working all fucking day. I genuinely am just so fucking knackered. But I was told today that it's Black Friday on Steam even.
It is
Oh,
Black
yeah.
Friday on Steam. They got some good deals right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, there's a shit ton of DLC I'm currently trying to buy for the game.
I might pick up Cyberpunk 2077 just so I can own it finally. Like, I played through it. Core let me borrow it on his GOG account, and it was good. I liked it. I do want to like own it because it's a good game.
Honestly, honest question, and I'm not trying to judge here, but do you think they'll be able to pull off like not necessarily exactly like No Man's Sky, but do you think they'll be able to pull something off like that?
Oh,
It's
dude,
still
I'd
gonna be
argue
the
they
same thing,
already
though.
have. Like, when I started playing the game, which was about like 6 months after release, it was almost entirely bug-free. I have an RX 580, and I could run the thing on max graphics. Like,
Oh, wow.
Also, it's not really the same issue because No Man's Sky was that it had like no content. Like there was
Yeah,
nothing
okay,
to do
fair.
in the game.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
Cyberpunk
it's
was just
more
buggy. Like after they
overhyped.
fixed the bugs, it was good.
It was
Okay.
more of a
So it's
Skyrim
like
than
it's
a.
not the fact. Oh, so Skyrim.
Well,
Yeah.
so what I've heard a lot of good things about the game at this point. It was just apparently extremely buggy at release.
Oh yeah, it's basically, you know how it was like the same thing with Witcher 3 where like they released the game, it was buggy as fuck, but then after they fixed it, it won like every game
I-
award that
I
fucking year.
I remember the second part. I don't really remember the first one. This
But
is an
yeah,
autism
it's basically
simulator.
that.
Life
It
is an
do
autism
be
simulator.
that autism simulator.
It's a game about trains that's on my wish list, so I might.
Is it? Is
Oh
it
no,
Train Simulator?
Burger, don't! You'll fall into this pit of despair.
I
Oh, no.
like fucking transport shit.
Have you ever played Euro Truck Simulator?
Oh, for
No,
fuck's
I
sake.
no, actually I have tried to play it, but it was so realistic that I got the same feeling that I get when I'm in a real car, and I just fucking panicked.
Just crippling anxiety.
Just destroyed everything and turned the game off.
Damn, bro, that fucking.
This is
That fucking
I have the fear of driving, like a legitimate actual thing.
You know, talking of autism simulators, I picked up one that came out a long time ago and it was actually really good. Potion Craft.
Uh-huh.
It's just good. It's fun. You guys heard of that one or no?
No.
Ocean Craft? I can't say I have.
It was this weird little thing on that someone made on Steam. It's like a weird little indie game thing. Let me just like grab some screenshots from it.
Wasn't this the game that sucked ass? Not the one that you're talking about, the one that I'm looking at right now, which none of you can see. And then I'm also not going to name.
Tell me the name, Bergamain.
Okay.
Why won't you name it?
Banal. Because I'm gay.
You do
Respectable.
be gay, though. Oh, I think I've heard of this one. Yes, it looks like it's very stylized, isn't it?
Yeah, it's basically just got a like that old school medieval art, but
Did
just
you not
like,
post it in the studio chat?
I'm trying to post it right now.
Why couldn't okay.
I don't know how to like fucking share things from like the Steam client thing. It's stupid. I'm retarded when it comes to software.
Turn-based tactics, yes boy.
Oh yay, turn-based tactics, my favorite.
I love turn-based tactics.
Honestly, kind of, yeah.
Oh, here
I
we go.
think
Share.
it's my least played, but it's my most anticipated kind of games. Like whenever I play one, I'm immediately like, yes, but I never go out of my way to play them. I don't know why.
Right. There we go. That's Potion Craft for you.
Yeah. The Annals of Rome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw this. Wait, and there was the city builder, the Serene City Builders bundle, out of which I already own 3 out of 4 games.
I mean, granted, a lot of games I just don't even buy on Steam anymore. I usually buy through like Fanatical, Humble Bundle, or GOG to save money.
Yeah,
I still buy
am
on Steam.
beyond, like, I'm gonna assemble a fucking list of games that I want on the wish list, and then I'm gonna kick it in my shopping cart, and then I'm going to delete most of those again.
Yeah, like, I know people give Fanatical a lot of shit, but like, I've never had a problem ordering shit through them.
I don't even know what that is, honestly. Yeah,
it's one of those weird websites that, like, I think it's probably like one of those Russian Steam code sites that you can just buy shit from at a discount, but I can get shit for cheap there, so I And I've never had a problem once buying shit through them, so there's that.
Yeah, fair enough. Honestly, a lot of these games I actually have on GOG already, so I don't see the point in buying them again. I've done that mistake a few too many times to count.
On Goog.
Yeah, I mean, I've only done that once, and that
Gog.
was with Ken Fulsett's Pillars of Earth, because I actually bought it when it was on sale on Steam when I got
Yeah.
it for free on
The thing is-
Epic.
The thing is, I've tried to port over, well, not port over, but, if I see a game, like a really old game that's on Steam, but that I can buy on GOG, it's like, if I already have it on Steam, I don't care, I'll just buy it on GOG again.
Yeah. Oh, hey,
What
Lost
is
from
the-
Beyond's on sale. That's good. I could do with that.
Prime and Load, 1776. Oh, hey, first-person shooter of 1776, kick off the English.
What is the difference between Pillars of Eternity Deadfire Definitive Edition and Pillars of Eternity Deadfire 2 Obsidian Edition? Because I
There
don't
is none.
know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know, Burger.
They're in the same bundle.
Yeah, sometimes Steam bundles are just like,
What the fuck? They seem like they're
The
the same game. Package info.
Refilm?
It
What is-
doesn't say
uh,
what it is. It just is something. What the fuck?
The fuck? The
The
fuck
fuck
is this?
this?
Okay, let me. And
The
and
fuck is this?
this different thing then?
Man, should I get myself Sunless
This
Sky?
is part one.
I really want to.
And
Somewhat?
part one is more
Sun-
expensive than part two.
Sunless Sky.
Sunless Sky or Sunless Sky? Zzz.
Sunless Sky. I'm sorry, I'm a bit
Oh, it's
congested
the
in
Sun of the
nose.
Seas sequel, right?
Yeah, I think so. Wait,
Yeah.
I don't even have the first one, actually. I might want to get that one.
You should get the first one.
Yeah, they're
What's the first
both-
one called again?
I like them. I like the idea of them. I do not like the way they actually fucking play. Because of it seems just so incredibly random. It's just pure RNG, and it usually is against the player. This is something where a lot of people go, "Oh, that's actually interesting." And I'm like, no. No, it isn't. It's just random, and I don't have the time for random.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Now this is a
Hey.
subway station design. game.
Actually, guys, can I just kind of ask, what are your thoughts on review bombing?
I don't like it. I think it's stupid.
Fair enough.
Okay, here's the thing. When you say review bombing, are you talking a lot of people saying this game sucks because this game sucks, or a lot of people giving a
No,
game
I mean
a shitty
review bombing
because
in
they don't
the
like
sense
the company?
That one. That last one. Where
Okay,
they don't like
I
I
something
understand.
or,
It's
it's
cringe.
anything.
I understand why people will do it, because companies like Blizzard and EA are just fucking terrible. I don't like doing business with them.
Yeah, fair.
However, if the games are good, I'll still buy them because, I like playing
Yeah.
good games.
I'm gonna have a bit of a hot take and say it's. I wouldn't say necessarily useless, because I think you are publicizing what the issue is, but I think there's a lot more constructive ways to go about it. Like one that doesn't. So, sure, the company can be shit, and you can tell people stop buying this game. Like the company has done some major fucking shit that may make you reconsider you buying this game, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going to the point where it's like, yeah, you're just saying this is bad because the company is bad, it's like, well, that doesn't necessarily help the product. In fact, you're actually muddying the water. Just my personal opinion on this, where it's like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but, do you have
I mean,
to
I've
just...
seen this same argument used for a lot of stuff, like, say, Epic Games, where essentially it's like some of the same shit, but I'll be real, right? And this is like, I would say equally as much of a hot take. I don't care at this point, because The way I jokingly put it is that if you want to play video games these days, it's impossible to not give your money to China, so it's just trying to get the biggest bang for your buck, really.
Yeah. No, it's about spending the least amount of money for a game.
Well, yeah.
And
I
there's
Oh,
do
no,
love.
yeah, the bang for your buck. Yeah, no, that's fair.
I do love that I have no idea what we're talking about. Because
We're just
That's-
I was
basically...
going through my Steam wish list. Oh shit!
All I know
no,
is I
that's
just
fair.
bought...
But it's
Sorry.
no, go ahead.
All I know is I just bought Lust for Darkness for $1, so I'm happy with that.
Fair enough. But it's like, so I'm looking at Total War 3 Kingdoms, which is a game that came out like, what, 2019? Sounds about right. Maybe end 2019. I can't remember. But so there was this whole controversy recently where CA ended support. Like, I get it. It wasn't even. I think it was barely a year old, and they said like, "Yeah, no, we're cutting support for this game." Like, it's like fair. I kind of get it. If you're not making any money, like, I'm still disappointed. It's still a year old. You still could have turned it around, but a company's a company. I guess you can't do shit about that.
I
And
think
people got
that's kind of a fucking
so
like bitch ass attitude, though. I think.
Yeah, no, it is.
Because you
Don't
make
get
a
me
certain
wrong.
promise to the fucking customer. It's like, oh, right now we're not making a cent of money anymore. Just really demonstrates that profit is
But
all they
like
give a
the
shit about.
thing was the player base was really down. The other thing was they were not making good. Like, don't get me wrong, whatever they release, it's gonna be fucking buggy. There are still gonna be bugs in the game years after they've patched. They've finished support for it. But they were just not on the game for this one. Like every release, every patch, brand new bugs were introduced. Issues that were fixed the previous patch were coming back. Just like even the DLC, which normally is kind of standard quality for them, where it's like, it's not too buggy, but it's not, it's not unplayable, was coming to the point where it's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, a building that is supposed to have these regular effects of like, making the people unhappy is not working correctly.
Yeah, to
It's
me,
like,
it's just the whole, oh, it's a private company, so we have to like roll over and just accept that they're gonna do bad
no,
shit.
no. Like, I
That's kinda
refuse
fucking-
that, but
I'm
at the
gonna
same
take
time, no, I don't.
the hottest of the takes. They're not really under any obligation to continue supporting a game once it's released because
Of
Yeah, that
course,
is
they're
true.
not
they've
under
re-
any legal
no,
obligation
no,
to
not
do it.
legal. I mean moral or any other bullshit. Like once the game's out, the game's out. They should be releasing the game in a way that they don't need to provide a year plus worth of support.
I
But
mean,
once
sure,
it's
that's
released,
but that's not what's
fuck it.
happening in a real sense. Like when you buy a game at release now, you're not buying a complete game anymore. You're buying some sort of like beta test.
Yeah, and I think that's more of a problem than someone stopping releasing updates for a game a year after it's released when they didn't promise that they would release.
Yeah, well, when the game isn't fucking fixed, it is. That's the problem. That's like the ethical
Oh, yeah.
conundrum here. Like, yeah, we're just never gonna fix it. But that's what early access was for. That you buy a game and you risk that it's never finished. But
Yeah.
what's been
At
happening
least
is
most
that
of them.
now it's just they're selling games and they're massively buggy, and then they just don't finish them. Like, yeah, well, fuck it, just make the next game because now we have the 50
And the worst part,
bucks.
the worst part of this? You want to know the worst part of this? When they said they were releasing, it's like, oh, but expect like a continuation of the series. It's like,
Yeah,
you might not have wanted to say that just as you cancel the fucking game.
yeah, that's like, oh yeah, we're just gonna start from scratch, and we're also gonna make you pay for that because it's
No, it's not. It's not
an
even that. It's
unethical
more.
business practice, or rather, it's not even unethical so much as it is just a dick move.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
Buy
completely agree.
buggy games, bro. It's not that
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
It's an entirely it's basically self-harm.
I don't buy games at release anymore at all. I have completely stopped doing that.
There's very few games I buy around release, and only if I've talked to the developers themselves, like it's a small indie group and they have the Discord, and it's like, yeah, come ask us questions about this game. It's like, I might buy you at release if you're being honest with me, or if you tell me what the problems are, what I can expect from this, and whatnot.
Actually, I did buy a game on release earlier this year, and it's a game that I
Yes.
now have 80 hours in. It's like a fucking puzzle game. So
Fucking weak, dude. Fucking weak.
yeah, I'm a working professional. I don't have time to play video games.
Dude, weak. 2,000 hours in a game is my max.
Yeah, but you
Well,
didn't
more
buy
than
it this year. I think my maximum is like 200 hours in a game, the game that I played the most. Which should
2,000,
be,
bruv. Get
yeah,
on my fucking level, scrub.
I never will in my entire life. I don't like this is the thing that pisses me off the most. I don't really get excited about video games anymore. I just
I
don't.
do from time to time.
Because they're always shit. And they're not even shit because like they're shit. They're shit because like the publisher decided you have to make this game as shit as possible because that's how we make all of the money. Not even a big amount of money, but like every single possible cent that some guy with a business degree came up with that we could hypothetically make. It's like people like, there's Mass Effect 4 is coming. Who gives a shit? Who gives a fucking shit?
Mass Effect Andromeda was pretty shit.
Yeah.
From what
Oh,
I
yeah.
hear.
What do you think? Fucking BioWare in 2021 is going to be better than that? Fuck off. I'm not over video games. I like video games. I play video games, but I'm just not. You know?
You've lost, you're kind of burnt out.
Yeah, I don't get excited about them anymore. I
At least
got
you got
excited. I
Halo
got a
Infinite.
little excited over Dorf Romantic because I got to play the demo. I was like, hell yeah, this is a puzzle game that I need in my life.
Honestly, the two games I've been excited about the most, one of them isn't even out yet, and one of them I haven't even bought, and those were Lust from Beyond, which just looked really fucking interesting, and Atomic Heart, which just looked like Soviet Punk's own Bioshock.
No,
Yeah.
Wait, what was that last one?
Atomic Heart.
Okay.
That one had a
Atomic
really
Heart.
cool trailer. Like, I get excited for trailers now because they're always better than the game. And then I just imagine a world where games are good.
And then you
Imagine, bruh. Atomic Heart. Yeah, it looks pretty interesting.
And
yeah, it's basically just like Soviet Punk Bioshock.
is that one out at this point?
No, it's they released a lot of trailers for it, and most of them are in Russian, but it's still being developed. I don't know if and when it's gonna fucking come out.
Yeah, because I remember seeing the first trailer for this many, many years ago. So I'm like, damn, this is gay. No, actually, I really
know what
like
I
the
want
music
for a video
from the
game?
trailer too. What do you want?
Fucking game about Dune. Like an RPG. It doesn't have. I don't care what it is. Be it
Wasn't
RTS.
the first Dune RTS the game that defined the RTS genre?
That's the second Dune. The first Dune was kind of like a weird mash between management, adventure, and
So you want a new
Jesus.
one?
Action.
Jesus,
I want a Dune game where
I haven't read
I'm
watched
doing
the
your
movie,
mom.
and I'm I think I'm still 2 chapters into the book. I'm just past the point where Paul had his hand in the fucking box, and right past the point where, I think it was House Caliban was having that meeting between their head assassin type dude and the two heads of the family.
Here's my conundrum. I read Dune when I was 15 years old, but I read it in German. Did I really read Dune as the book that is on my bookshelf, Dune, which is Dune? But
No, you did not. No, you did not.
Okay, but why?
Because you have to read it in English. Look, I'm sorry to say it, but if you don't read the book in its original language, are you really reading the book?
I mean, that's... It depends on how good the translation is.
Well,
that's just kind of
like have you ever read any political theory?
No.
No, you
Well,
haven't,
I mean,
because
here's
all
what
that shit is in Russian and
thing.
German.
This is... Well, Posh, here's the thing. This is basically just a fucking Ship of Theseus argument. Like, yeah, if you shuffle all the words into a different language, are you reading the same book? Like, this is just Ship of Theseus shit.
I didn't conceptualize this as Ship of Theseus, but you're actually very correct. Translating a book is essentially doing Ship of Theseus to it.
What is Ship of Theseus? Can someone explain that to me?
It's the ship where they leave port and then every part of the ship is replaced, like along the journey, and then it comes back, and is it still the same ship? Because none of the original parts of the ship are still there, but they were all replaced with identical new parts. Or new parts that basically do the same thing, which is what happens with the book too. I mean, it's not a different story. The same thing has happened in the same chapters.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair.
So I still don't know if I read Dune. But I don't have the time to because there's so many fucking books I need to read, and I don't have the time for all of them. Currently reading a huge trilogy.
Dude, you know what kind of bugs me? When people say they've read books, but have actually just listened to the audiobook.
I like audiobooks, dude. I think that's fun.
I mean,
they're cool.
I mean, by the logic of that, I have technically read Metro 2034, so...
That book fucking sucks, though. I hate it so much.
Why?
Wait, are we talking the... was 2034 the first one or the second one?
No, that's the second one. The first one is 33. Okay. That one was really fucking good.
Yeah, that was the one I listened to on audiobook. I haven't listened to 2034 yet, but I
need to read those.
34 fucking sucks, and I wanted to get it in English, but I was only able to get it in German because they didn't translate it into English.
Oof.
But yeah, it's boring. Nothing really happens. None of the original characters are still there. They're sometimes alluded to. I don't like it. I don't. I have for many because I also don't get to listen to audiobooks. I just don't have the time. I don't have a commute. I have a commute from my bedroom to this room here. So it's been whenever I try to do shit when I have long journeys. And I've been for 2 years I have been listening to Redemption Arc by Alastair Reynolds, which is the whole the Revelation Space series in general by Alastair Reynolds is fucking fantastic sci-fi, but they are very long.
To be honest, I've started reading The Prince by Machiavelli.
Yeah.
And it just purely as a thing to pull out when you say those words, it is worth it. It's interesting, but just purely the bragging factor of getting to say that you're reading it is worth it alone. And I don't want to finish it because then I can't brag about it.
Which one? Which one did you say?
Out of curiosity, Burger, which audiobook for it did you listen to? Because there's a whole bunch of different recordings.
I think I read the one by fucking Sargon.
Same.
Oh no.
Oh come on! Sargon's cringe, but it's I'll say this much: Sargon's a good narrator. He is.
He's got a nice voice.
He's got a nice voice. That's all I'll give it to him. Yeah. I don't like his fucking RPG skills. He fucking sucks at it.
Sargon on these
I remember
nuts.
looking at like watching his GMing videos where he talked about GMing, and then watching him like actually run a campaign. I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what
Did
in
he
the
use
fuck
any?
are you doing?
Did he use any of the things he mentioned in his How to DM video?
I honestly, I only watched like the first 2 episodes of his campaign, but I don't think he did. He like essentially, I think the way that his GM videos came about is that he had certain situations that he realized, oh, that was a very good move of me that I did it that way, and then he would tell that story. And then you'd think, oh yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about because he made the decision to do it this way. Even though that really is just like a fucking post facto confirmation. He was like doing that with hindsight. And like basically what he did in his D&D 5e campaign, which he had never run before, is just completely disregard every aspect of the balancing of the game. So basically, V was playing a spellcaster. I think he was playing a cleric, and Saga was like, "Oh no, you can't use cantrips as often as you want. They're like you have to expend a first level spell slot for them." It's like, dude, what? That's what cantrips are. That you can use them however many times you want. That's what they're about. And he held on to that, and it completely ruined V's character. Like, the entire character just didn't work mechanically because Sargon was like, yeah, well, fuck the balancing of this game. He was, like, really fucking bad and boring. It was honestly, it's some of the worst gaming I've seen on the internet.
Jesus, dude.
But yeah, speaking of the Prince, there's not even, I need to read a lot of fiction being a writer. I also need to read a lot of non-fiction. I don't have the time for all that shit. For a while I was on this website where they would like summarize it in 15 minutes, the book, which was great, but it turns out they only have shit and boring books. Like there's only so many knockoff, like non-fiction knockoffs of Eat, Pray, Love I can put into myself, because all fucking books these days, all fucking non-fiction books that are coming out are how to be a successful, cool person that makes passive income.
Generic character.
How to get on the Epstein list. It's shit like that.
That would honestly be fucking hilarious.
Return to the battlefield, man.
What's he playing?
He's playing Halo.
Wait, is he playing? Oh, it's Halo Infinite. I've heard
Yeah.
the X-Man is finding it pretty underwhelming.
Is the Halo really infinite? Because the infinity of it is only, like, it's...
Dude.
Because it's round. So while you can walk into one direction, you will eventually, like, you know, end up at the spot where you started walking on it on the ring world. You know what I mean?
You can walk in that loop infinitely.
Yeah, but is it really infinite if it's the same stuff? Like, at that point, you might as well say that No Man's Sky is infinite.
Well, I mean, technically it is.
This is now a philosophical argument. The ship
Yeah,
of
we are
Theseus, but Halo
philosophizing.
Infinite, yeah.
We are philosophizing about my games.
Yeah.
We have never been more desperate.
Yeah. If you teabagging, is it
Is it a moral conundrum?
yeah.
Is it truly?
This looks hella cool,
Truly.
though, I have to say.
The graphics are cool. I don't know about the combat because I've never really played Halo multiplayer. I've never been that multiplayer kind of guy. I think the only kind of mass multiplayer I've ever played is Team Fortress. That's it.
I remember playing Battlefront 2. I loved playing Battlefront 2.
I love playing that with my bro and a few friends. It's like, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
We get on that LAAT, you know, and we just start blasting shit. It's like,
I fucking hate
know-
that EA basically ruined the other Battlefront. I really do.
They ruined everything, though. Let's be fair.
mhm.
It is.
Oh, did you hear about what happened recently with, what was it? I think it's the lead designer for Battlefield 2042
Okay.
just quits today.
Damn.
Not even joking. I think it was either today or just a few days ago. I'll find the article. Because it's on another Discord, and people were just complaining about it. It's like... Right, where is it?
I mean, I haven't played a Battlefield game in infinity amount of years.
Oh, wait. Head of design, first of all. And he's been studio direction, production, and game design, plus studio game designer director for King, the mobile gaming company.
How about
The guys behind Candy Crush.
give me head designer?
Got him.
Like,
How
I've
about
got the article right here, actually.
Nice.
He's a give me head designer. For Leisure Suit Larry 5.
Oh my goodness.
Not even joking. And I'll find you so hang on. Here's his part of his portfolio.
How about his portfolio?
Fucking A.
God damn.
You guys are fucking incorrigible.
What?
What?
There's some French word. Don't worry about it.
Incorrigible. Incorrigible. Basically, you cannot be corrected.
Why do they both have rainbows in their fucking studio logos? What the fuck is that all about?
Fucking cringe. That's what
Oh
it
my
is.
fucking god, Cody, what the fuck?
Oh my goodness.
It's funny. That is funny to me, and I don't know why. Holy
Damn.
I this is genuinely the funniest thing that could have happened in the whole Rittenhouse situation. Is that he goes on Tucker and says, "I support the Black Lives Matter movement." I love that this happened. I don't give a shit about any of the discourse around it. I just love that he said that because it's funny.
Methinks he's
Everyone
only saying that.
That's the thing. It
Sorry, go
annoys
ahead.
literally
Everyone
everyone
has their
possible, and
panties
it's
in a twist
fantastic.
about it. Like, fucking conservatives have their panties in a twist about it. Hyper leftists have their panties in a twist about it. And that is really how I measure the value of a political situation: is how many panties it
Nowadays. My question is he doing this because he genuinely thinks the message is true? Does he think this because he's like had a violent whiplash with how the system is set up, or is he doing this just to save his skin?
My question is he does it matter why he's doing this? Because I don't think it does.
I kind of think it does.
Doesn't make
I
it
kind
any
of think
less
it
funny.
does.
It doesn't.
It does
doesn't
make it funny. Yes, it does.
Change the words that came out of his mouth.
That is true, but I still find it absolutely fucking hilarious.
It
Not
is
it.
100% hilarious. Like,
Like, I cannot say this enough, but goddamn, dude, you fucking...
Damn.
Damn, dude, that politi pussy got me acting.
I love that fucking like the girlfriend of the guy he killed gave him his phone number.
Oh my god,
which is,
seriously?
like, fucking...
Yeah. Although I wouldn't take it if I was him. That sounds like a trap. Like,
I mean,
that is absolutely how you get.
That would also be funny. Any outcome to that situation would be funny. There's no losing in this situation, for me at least. I have just completely disengaged because the thing is, good things are happening now with the whole labor movement and shit. The new government coalition here, they just came up with a coalition contract, and it's kinda actually pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah, we're apparently having tube strikes tomorrow.
You having what?
No, it's tube strikes. Tube strikes in London.
Hell yeah.
There's power to the rich man.
Do you know whereabouts it is?
I think it's most lines
It's-
within central London.
It's like mostly underground, but sections of it are also.
For fuck's sake. Never hang
Also,
on.
I'm gonna be on the Victoria line for like most of that fucking day.
I'm actually
It's like-
I've been do any of you know what City of Mist is?
Yes.
Vaguely.
Okay, this is
The
11th of the
RPG,
12th.
right?
I've been developing basically like full London as like my city is based on London, and I've been thinking I have to basically turn the queen into like a rift, right? She has to have like some mythological powers. But it would be I felt it was really fucking cheap to just go, oh, she's like the queen of X, like maybe the fairy queen or the queen of hearts or some shit.
Friday.
But then today I had the brilliant idea. Her mythos is the Game of Kings.
Okay,
mythos-
Central, Jubilee, Northern, Piccadilly, and Victoria.
Big oof, brother. Her mythos is chess.
All day. Is over.
Jews?
Ooh. The dispute is over changes to how the Night Tube is staffed. TFL originally had 2 grades of staff: standard drivers and part-time Night Tube only drivers, which was part of an agreement with the unions. By the way, go unions! That no existing tube driver would have to work the Night Tube shift. During the pandemic, TFL merged the 2 grades, allowing the part-time staff to become full-time drivers, but also requiring the existing tube drivers to work occasional night shifts as well. TFL says the impact is no more than 4 night shifts per year. Although the other tube union agreed to the change, the RMT has not.
Oh my goodness.
An offer
I
to
guess-
push ahead with the changes but make them subject to review at a later date was also rejected.
Based striking.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
question is like, how is that like everyone striking?
No, but
It
there's
sounds like it.
there is a labor
is it just gonna
movement
be
is
impacted?
growing again, and that's the important bit. It's not everyone striking, but a labor movement is restarting, and that is essential because to have a country wherein there exists a democracy, you need to have strong like a strong worker-controlled democracy. You need to have big labor unions. If it's like a liberal democracy, if it's there's different unions are good basically. Like the whole reason
Based unions.
that the Democratic Party is like taking JP Morgan money is because the Republicans strategically destroyed unions in the United States.
Yep.
And because they were no longer able to get money from the source that they would usually get money from, the unions, the Democrats decided to turn to like fucking Wall Street.
Honestly. Can't believe it. Honestly, the maps in Halo Infinite don't look half bad, but then again, I have to play the original maps to tell the fucking difference.
That's a powerful gun, though. I like the gun that you have.
So the game that I'm playing is basically just random weapons. So it's pure luck. But
Yeah.
Goddamn.
the sniper is pretty based, if I do say so
Sniper,
myself.
one-hit kill, headshot, boys.
I
also
kind of
like
want
my
to play
video
Overwatch
games.
again because it was a lot of fun, but then it's also like
Yeah.
Overwatch.
View.
Just play Overwatch 2, which is compatible with Overwatch 1.
Wait, it is?
Yeah. It's basically like a single player mode. Cooperative story mode and like some other details, but you can you can cross-play. And the graphics are better in 2. But yeah, you can like cross-play the 2. That's completely possible. Which I love.
Yeah. It's fucking weird.
I don't know.
I'm just waiting for Medieval 2 to be remastered.
I loved Overwatch, but it's at this point. At some point I just stopped having fun with it, which is the point where I stopped caring about playing a game.
Yeah.
It was
Now,
like the point at which I started to get good at the game when I stopped having fun with it, which is really...
I want to start playing TF2 again, but I want to start playing it with friends as well.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to plan.
Ooh. Yeah, this is fun. This is content, guys.
This is absolute peak content.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, did you hear about what happened with Friendly Jordies, by the way?
Which
How he had to apologize and edit some of his videos and remove, that penis face of Barrel Arrow.
He does feel like he won the lawsuit, though. It's insane that this even had to happen, but he seems to be fine with the outcome. Because Barrel Arrow might actually get into a bit of trouble because of what he did.
Ooh, I would have loved to see him in fucking trouble.
Trouble in Terrorist Town.
Damn.
Damn,
I fucking love these Republican memes. It's like, I'm a Republican. Me too. Which state you from? Ireland. Oh shit. Come out here back in time. It's like, I'm not one to be, very, how to say this, nationalist, but when it comes to the Irish, if I have to sing the Foggy Dew, I'll fucking sing it, bro.
Well, Irish nationalism is cool because it has a rebel type deal to it. And that's really what people
also because
want.
It's
People want
against
the rebel revolutionary aesthetic, and if that rebel revolutionary aesthetic is tied to, like, a deeply conservative and hyper-Catholic brand of nationalism, they'll take it.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's against the British. Anyone who is rebels against the British is based. Come on, Burger.
Yeah,
you should
that's true.
Well, that's not so much because they're based, but because the British are cringe.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of something. Right? So, I found out a long time ago that the Northern Irish football team will actually fly the Dixie battle banner, like the Dixie flag, from the United States Civil War at football games, because essentially they'll fly any flag that's red that has at one point, I guess by their logic, fucked with the British, so...
I guess...
No, because...
Which is just hilarious to me. Like, they'll fly the American flag, they'll fly the Dixie flag. I think they also fly the Turkish flag, too.
Wait, wasn't the Confederates allied with the fucking British or something? Or was that the other way around?
Were they?
No, it was with the Germans, I think.
Because the British already had stopped slavery by that point. They wouldn't want to...
That didn't really stop the British from doing dumb shit otherwise.
Oh,
no,
no,
I do believe
but...
the British were allied with the Confederates, or not allied, but friendly with the Confederates.
Yeah, because they would be, but they wouldn't be allied. It's like, well, we don't want to be seen as fucking slavers.
They didn't give a shit about that back then. Were the British?
Well, then no, they'd stop it. They'd stop.
I mean, they cared enough to make like weird propaganda about it. Like, I remember there was this one bit. I need to fucking find it because it was so goddamn funny.
Of course.
Because like the British had stopped it before pretty much most of Europe stopped it, if I recall correctly. If I remember my dates right. Hang on.
Okay, so the United Kingdom of Britain and Ireland remained officially neutral throughout the American Civil War. The British elite tended to support the Confederacy, but ordinary people tended to support the Union.
Hang on. Timeline of abolition of slavery and serfdom. Okay.
It legally recognized
holy fucking shit.
It legally recognized the belligerent status of the Confederate States, but never recognized it as a nation, and neither signed a treaty, nor ever exchanged ambassadors.
Oh yeah, so okay, I finally found it. This is something that I find hilarious, right? Is that I was looking through like Civil War history stuff a long time ago, and they found this political cartoon that was published over in England back during the Civil War, and the longer you look at it, the worse it gets. They literally have the Indian merchant doing like the Wyatt E. Man Jew thing.
Okay.
Holy shit.
So
Just
Smith v. Brown and Cooper Sir John Holt, Lord Chief Justice of England, rules that as soon as a pardon the phrase, but Negro comes into England, he becomes free. One may be a villain in England, but not a slave. Villain, known as cotter or crofter, is a serf. Okay. This was 1706, by the way. Mainland England only.
The wildest thing is that when they had a whole war about getting rid of slavery, when they put it in the Constitution, they went, except to fucking for no reason other than to continue being racist against black people.
Yeah, it's 1772, it looks like. Somerset Pace, Sierra Leone, Greater Britain, 1787, it looks like, and 1788. So Society for the Abolition of the Abolition of the Slave Trade, founded in Great Britain, 1787. 1788, Sir William Dolben's Act, regulation the condition on British slave ships enacted.
Hell yeah.
Limited number of slave ships, but that's not... Bill for the abolition... Oh no, we were later than you guys, I think. 1805. Well.
fuck.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
French
people
ended
forget that
before
slavery
us.
is like still a thing in
No,
like,
it
half
definitely
the
is.
world.
But hang on. Get this. France, slavery abolished in all French territories and possessions, 1794. Go back to 1802, Napoleon reintroduces slavery in sugarcane growing colony.
Damn. That's fucked up, actually. Because the French, they were like one of the earliest to go,
Yeah.
this whole racism thing is kind of gay, so let's not do that
Meh.
anymore.
I mean, French are pretty racist, but
Well, yeah, but it's
1850,
I'm saying
Napoleon
they
abolishes...
were way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, fair.
I'm not saying in like 1700 they had a perfectly egalitarian society.
1815, Napoleon abolishes slave trade. The one good thing that came from his downfall. We were just after the French, 1805.
Yeah. Let's see, do I have a single meme?
You don't have any.
I probably
You
have
should be ashamed.
one meme.
Bro, for real. So, for the most part, I think living in the UK is alright, but I have one hot take.
Go on.
Cereal here is shit. I literally get my cereal
Cereal?
imported
Really?
from Portugal. Yeah.
Really?
Cereal has
bad.
been like by far the worst thing since moving to the UK.
What? Fucking Cocoa Pops? You wanna fucking diss on Cocoa Pops, you
Do
fucking bastard?
do you get
I get Chocopic, which is
Yeah, no, French cereals are
I
kinda
think
good.
these might be
if you know
called
which one.
different in Spain. I'm gonna post a picture of these babies. Do you get these basically?
no, I'll post a picture.
Because this is like the best. This is genuinely the best cereal that there is. I get it in fucking Spain whenever I'm there. It's a complete children's cereal. I don't care. I love this shit. I'm not even a cereal guy. I don't really like cereal that much. Okay. Well, that's decent.
Yeah, but you can't buy that in the UK or anything
You
close.
can't get that in the UK.
No.
That is so terrible.
Hmm.
Yeah, so care if I share a project with you guys that I've been doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as y'all know, I am Flagman.
Yes.
Recently, I've been doing a project where I take a flag of a objectively authoritarian and shit regime, and or well, just shit regimes in general. And what I'll do is I'll take all the elements on that flag, alter them or rearrange them without adding anything else, like no extra colors, no extra shapes, none of that. Just using what's on the flag to make a new flag, and so far I've gotten these.
Okay.
This is going to become terrible now.
This is the first one here. I started with the Nazi battle banner and got
Oh,
this.
wow.
Yeah.
Cocoa Flakes.
I mean, the second one could be something from Star Wars.
I know, like
And
the
not
second
even
one looks like a
not
Death
even
Star.
necessarily like an Empire thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Second one we
It
got.
looks
here.
racist.
This could be like a Mandalorian thing, honestly. It looks kind of Mandalorian.
Nah, this. Hey,
Make it
yeah.
blue, I feel like it would be Mandalorian.
Nah, make it anything but red. Personally speaking, make it yellow. Actually, yellow and green. That would be
Yellow is a
Mandalorian.
very
stock.
aggressive color. I don't like it.
Nah, it's more of a kind of. It's not mellow, but it's not aggressive. It's like an in between.
Yeah. This is the second design here. I started with the Dixie battle banner and well, wound up with
Honestly, that looks kind of fucking cool.
that. Yeah.
The
Oh
top
yeah,
one.
that's fucking.
The
That's
top one
fucking
looks cool as fuck.
dope.
Yeah.
Fucking dope.
I would put that over my slaveholding plantation.
Fuck's sake.
And
But we
this would be the
enslave
last
only
one, right?
white people.
Yeah.
I
And this
mean,
is the
save
last
white
one I
people
set up,
here.
which it's not as good, but like
Go on.
it's something. It's the North Korean flag, obviously, but fixed up a
Damn, that
bit.
looks cool.
Oh yeah, for fucking sure that looks dope.
I'm trying to decide what flag to go with next, like to rearrange the elements. That's like an objectively shit place to live.
One of my
Well, how
sorry,
about-
just kind of
Britain.
but Berger's white kind of slave farm reminded me of a fantastic quote from one of my African friends, like from Ghana, Africa,
Yeah.
and which was slavery is fine as long as it's not racist.
Holy shit.
Honestly that is a take that I hear a lot. From like not like especially from Americans, but I have seen Americans get very angry at when like other things are called slavery that are not like chattel slavery of people with dark skin. Like when people talk about Roman slavery, it's like, oh, this is not really slavery. It's like, yes, motherfucker, most slavery around the world is not explicitly racist. It's just sort of implicitly racist.
It's because
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
discounting their achievements.
Yeah, but like not the whole world is about America and its history. And that's the thing that
Well,
bothers me
try
about
telling
this.
Americans that, bruv.
I like this so often. It's like, no, you have to like do something that is in line with our sensibilities. But like, why? What? Who are you even? Like, just because you are Empire. doesn't
Honestly,
mean-
like
yeah,
this
do
kind of leads
America
into a
this.
weird. This leads to a weird thing that I've been talking about a lot because, like, I actually have started running an American leftist debate server, right? And one thing I've been talking about a lot is the idea of using something that I guess you could technically call it patriotic leftist propaganda to try and get rural Americans on board.
Oh,
And you'd
yeah.
be amazed how much fucking pushback I get from this. Like,
Oh, you can do so much. The moment you divorce yourself from the like pathological clinging to a certain kind of aesthetic, you can like do a lot to maybe reach out to the middle.
I know, and I keep telling a lot of people on the left this. I even like watched like a debate on like the left on the Labor X server about this. One of the guys who started the server with me actually suggested that, and immediately he gets accused of trying to pander to racists, and I'm just like,
He's pandering to fucking working class people who are rural. And they are just not as tolerant as people who live in the cities. That is just a fact. That is, it's
and
a
like
sad
I keep
thing.
trying to explain that, but so many people do not fucking understand this. It's maddening.
And let's be honest, most of the reason for that is like, aside from the fact that obviously you're not exposed to other people as much, it's also like the propaganda. Because the minorities are in the propaganda model always the thing that is the reason why your farm is doing poorly. Right? It's not like the fucking Monsanto gene crops and shit. It's not because you like you don't even own any tractors. It's just that a bunch of guys with tractors come by and charge you an enormous fee to then also take your shit.
Exactly.
Sounds about right.
That's if that stops being a thing, because it's not even like if you do like you can do leftist sort of patriotic America good style propaganda without it being racist like that. You can do that, but in the heads of like this particular brand of leftists, these things are so inextricably linked. Like the ideological axiom that America is evil. If you think that America is evil, why the fuck are you trying to put in good social systems for America?
Exactly. Like, I don't get it with the shit. And, like, I guess this kind of extends into my whole thing of ideology in general. Like, as an example, this is, like, something I've talked to a lot of people about. And I forget if I talked with you specifically about this, but I know I've gone on this with Anfash, I've gone on this with a few other people. I might have gone over with it with Cody as well. I can't fully remember off the top of my head. Is that when it comes to a lot of things, I really hate how a lot of the left uses ideological lenses, because here's the thing, most of it the biggest problem I have is materialism, because materialism is a good thing to look at the problem is I see a lot of leftists use materialism as a blanket lens when you don't use ideological lenses like a pair of glasses. You use it as like, have you ever seen National Treasure and there was the one pair of glasses they found with like the multiple lenses you could just kind of like adjust and shit? You use it like that. You look through the different lenses until you find one that works with the model and use that as to help you find a solution. You just don't apply it to every single thing blanketly and expect it to work.
I mean, at this point you are within ideology.
I don't know if that makes me like full. I don't know if this makes me like full Zizek or whatever. It's just something that really fucking bothers me.
The problem is that a lot of this is just, and I always get pushback when I say this, but it's just academics being petty.
Yeah.
And that shit pisses me off. And like elitist. That's the main problem that I have, is like the elitism of some of it. And I think that is also like aside from like the fears of we will invite racism with this, it's just if we actually make leftist policy accessible to regular people, we won't be special anymore. Like there is a subset of people that is just the actual real reason why they are like this. And I fucking hate. They everyone has to read theory. No.
Yeah, and like this even suffuses a lot of like American leftist political parties as well. Because like one of that same guy I was talking to, the one talking about like patriotic American leftist propaganda, right, was actually brought that up in a SOCDEM party he was a part of in Ohio. You know what they fucking did? As soon as after he brought it up, the heads of them told him that in order to become ready for becoming a higher up member of the party, that he should undergo ideological coaching.
Yeah, that is insane.
Lord. That's fucking wrong. It's just so fucking wrong.
Like, dude, he handled it better than I did, because if it was me in that situation, I would wait until the next meeting and start cussing out the person who did that to me in front of fucking everybody. Like, granted,
One
I
with
also
me,
have
right.
a worse control over my temper than that guy, so just fuck.
It's not only that is like inherently anti-leftist. Is the
It
funny
is.
thing, because it's not. It's the opposite of being democratic. It's like we have to
Exactly.
unify the party line, which, you know, obviously that's the authoritarian leftism, whatever the fuck. I don't care. But this whole thing about being so incredibly, like, just bitchy about any kind of outreach to people who are not, like, city-dwelling academics, but just, like, regular working class, because you can package all this shit pragmatically to these people. Like, this is the thing. This is how Trump won. Like, a lot of the people in, like, rural areas, they wanted Bernie. Right?
Yeah.
They don't fucking think. They're not on Twitter all day in the discourse. They are farming, whatever the fuck that entails. I assume it entails not being on fucking Twitter all day. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I get really pissed off by shit like that. It's like it's the very close to the whole why should we support the working class? The working class votes for right-wing parties. Like, I'm sorry, are you fucking stupid?
Like, of course they're gonna vote for right-wing parties. You haven't given them a decent alternative yet. Like, come on.
Oh, that's the thing. It's the way better alternative for them. It's just that not only is there the conservative propaganda apparatus, but they also refuse to do anything but their very tight ideological aesthetic that they prefer.
Exactly.
Because that's what it's about. It's about LARPing. It's about fucking LARPing. And as soon as as long as these people are no longer in there, are still in there, it's not gonna, like, the actual the only place where I do not see this as part of the cause is, like, actual labor movements by working class people doing unions and shit, because they don't have time for that. They have actual real problems. They're not like they're not doing the union so they can make the communist utopia happen. They don't have discourse on Twitter going, "Oh, what will I do after the revolution?" They have, like, "Please support this situation right here. We have this bill proposal. Beyond the strikes, do not cross the picket line." That's the kind of shit they post.
Yeah.
I can always get angry about this particular subject matter. Every time.
Same, brother.
That's fair. That's fair.
I fucking hate it. I'm just
I think we
ahead
all
of the
do.
curve. We have a very nice color scheme in chat right now, by the way. If you look at the boxes, some very nice tones of, like, brown-ish. That's a real good.
It's really nice.
Why the fuck is your background that shade of brown, though? Winter, because it is not represented in any place in your thing.
Oh, it's his profile background thing.
Oh, is it the cat?
I think so, yeah.
Love the cat.
Did someone say cat?
No. I'm talking Winter.
Yeah.
Because you have white and red and yellow, and there's no brown in that picture.
No, but I have a
his,
background, which is a cat
yeah.
with a cat that's also a baked potato.
Yeah, look at his profile background. Like, brown.
Indeed.
I mean, Kathy, yours is a cat, so.
Yeah.
So I don't like that it draws that from that thing then, though, because it was really cool when it did that from, like, the profile picture.
I mean, it might do, because it could just be white, yellow, and kind of an orange, but it's being fucked up somehow.
I mean, that could be it, too. It's cool. cool nonetheless.
Yeah.
I do like the ragdolls. Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh boy. Here I go rampaging across Ireland again.
So during the beta,
As
and
you
this is
do.
still technically a beta, but when like the insiders beta was going on, the ragdolls would literally just kind of crumble instead of go flying, and it was one of the biggest things people like in the feedback that people came up with was people wanted more interesting deaths, and so now we do.
Damn.
He thinks we're going to invade Ireland.
This guy has a very big hammer.
Oh yeah, the gravity hammer.
It's very top heavy.
Yeah, the gravity hammer is pretty.
I love this fucking PETA shit. I talked about this earlier in a different chat, because, like, imagine if we were the ones being stuffed for Thanksgiving. Yeah, that would be disgusting. But we're not. It's turkeys that are getting stuff for Thanksgiving dinner, and that's delicious. It's like the same fucking argument, oh, did you know that humans are the only animal that drinks another animal's milk? I'm like, yeah, we're also the only animal that has healthcare. And electricity. Like, what the fuck? It's like, okay. What the fuck are you on about?
Oh, the one that annoys me the most is when people say like, "Oh, you know, dolphins are really smart." I'd say they're smarter than humans because they don't pollute the environment.
They would if
Yeah,
they
yeah.
could. And they would.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Have you heard how fucking Have you heard of how fucking cruel these motherfuckers are?
Yeah.
It's like you want to say like you do know they bash sharks with their tails, right? Like not even out of anything, but just pure spitefulness.
Before I do that as well.
And it's like they get they pufferfish for fuck's sake. And the pufferfish hasn't done anything to them.
It's so like the pufferfish contains drugs.
It contains drugs, but still.
Yeah, that's why they do that. I mean, also if they have fun, because they're sociopaths, but they do it to get high. But it's such a fucking sanctimonious bullshit thing. Where it's like, oh, this animal is so much smarter than humans because of it has never been in a position where it could do the things that we do.
Truly, they're superior.
Clearly.
It's the same thing with like, oh, we just need to learn humility in front of nature, and we're so arrogant that we think we can defeat we are defeating nature. That's literally what's happening, and it's a problem, motherfucker.
Praise
We're winning too bad.
Like,
praise be,
winning.
holy shit. It's like, Jesus Christ, can you...
The arrogance of some of these people.
Yeah. It's always like some fucking stupid ass platitude. And it never means anything. Like, it's never an argument, it's just when they are out of arguments. This is the kind of shit that they say. Somebody just say no scope. Something very funny that I read on Twitter yesterday or a few days ago was like I read on the German news that the new coalition government is already going, oh, we're not going to have a general vaccine mandate. That's not going to happen. And then I go on Twitter. And then I go on Twitter, and the literal first thing I see is fucking Majid Nawaz going, the German government just announced that it's going to have a vaccine mandate. And this then also means that this is going to happen in all of the EU. Isn't it good that we left Brexit?
Who?
Like,
who said that, by the way?
It's like a Daily Mail article. It's like
no, but I want to know. You said
Majid
Nawaz.
Yeah, he reposted the Daily Mail article. It was like the literal opposite of what had actually happened. And I'm like, okay, well, I get like journalists sort of distorting the truth in the interest of propaganda, especially if they're like the Daily Mail. But I mean, this is the literal active opposite of the truth. You have to. Some part of you needs to go, maybe this isn't entirely correct what I'm doing here. Maybe this is also a little bit illegal to say the things that are the exact literal opposite of the truth verifiably.
Should be, but no, it isn't. Fuck me. Right.
The guns look really cool, though.
Oh yeah, Halo guns have always kind of looked cool.
Damn, you've been defeated.
Yeah.
Bruv,
What do you have to say for
how could
yourself?
you? How could you, bruv?
What about these feet, though?
Damn it. Why did Rome fucking remove... Oh my god.
Damn. I'm
Damn, bruh.
so fucking just
Damn, bruh.
mentally broken today. I've been like working since all the time. I've done so much shit. I've already recorded a full podcast today. I wrote like almost 3,000
The German
words.
one.
Yeah. I am so winded. I do not know what I'm going to do next.
Dude, I don't like CSGO, but I
totally.
still haven't lost my virginity.
Damn.
So sad.
That'd be sad, bruv.
Is this a microtransactions game?
This one?
Yeah, do you have do microtransactions?
There are some, but this is all locked behind challenges.
Oh, okay. Well, that's... I do, like... Shit, I used to love things like this, like aesthetic options. But, ever since, you know, microtransactions became a thing, I've always just been looking at them with dread, because they're very important to me in a game. And if a game has them, I usually will not buy that game. Simply because I don't like having aesthetics behind a paywall. Because I know that I'll eventually buy some of them, and then I'll feel guilty because they're completely useless. And I always need all of the available shit.
That's something that's good about DRG, Deep Rock Galactic. Like, you can get all the cosmetics free just from grinding.
Well, yeah, but
you don't even have to pay for them.
A lot of games have that, but you have to grind like an absolute metric ultra fuck ton.
Yeah.
And I don't have the time to grind an absolute metric ultra fuck ton.
That's understandable.
No, so like
Understandable. Have a nice day.
To unlock kind of everything in this list, you have to complete one challenge a week.
Yeah.
And the challenges are like earn 10 assists in the games that I've just been playing.
Yeah.
So they're not difficult.
That's all right. Yeah, I don't know. Any game where I have to treat it like a job, I'm immediately no longer interested.
And that was literally one of the running lines when they were talking about this system that they're using was they don't want people to have to treat Halo like their second job.
Hell yeah.
That's fair.
That's actually very cool. See, there's a lot of stuff that's just free down there, and I like that. I really do.
Oh, it's all free.
But apparently it's tied to the Game Pass. Some of them.
No, this one isn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's some things that are tied to the Game Pass and some things that aren't. But also the game itself is free, and like the Game Pass is over the course of a year. Or like they release a year's worth of content in each go.
I need to become bisexual then. Holy cow.
Especially don't like that when it's like, oh, we have this in-depth character creator and it's so cool, because that's something that attracts me to games, and then like half of it is locked behind paywalls. Like, I already
Yeah.
bought your fucking game, dude.
You already bought your fucking game, bruv.
This is why you don't buy The Sims.
Like, I don't want to have to pay another $20 just to make my dick harder.
Yeah.
Sims.
I mean, bigger, not harder.
Sims is pretty easy because you can just mod the DLC into the game.
Yeah. This is why I said you don't buy it. Wink, wink.
Right. Fair enough.
I want to play fucking Sims again. It's like one of my favorite games. I mean, I usually just use it to build houses, but I will sometimes also like actually play it a little bit. Looking back at the way I used to play Sims when I was younger, it's not a surprise that I turned out to be poly. I'm like, yep, that tracks. That is 100%. What has happened over the course of my life. We still have 5 minutes of the stream left. So if you have
The thing
memes,
is,
post them.
with Sims, I was an absolute like cunt, and I would like intentionally go out of my way to try and be as much of a, I guess in the same kind of way of what you described, of just kind of forming a coalition of girlfriends.
I've always been a nice video games guy. I had my edgy phase where I played like Renegade Mass Effect. I'm like in my current playthrough in Mass Effect, I am like 90% Paragon, except for people who are really just dicks. They're like, okay, well, fuck you. I'm gonna fuck you up, dude. Like this is not a joke.
No, I always play heal. Like I was just playing Payday before this stream started, and I was executing the civilians for no reason, just because it was funny.
Yeah, no,
It'd be funny. It do be funny though.
I didn't even like. I don't have the Natural Catastrophes DLC for fucking City Skylines because it adds completely unnecessary gameplay. I mean, it's also shit, but also I never liked Natural Catastrophes in SimCity either. Like I don't like
that I could do in SimCity just because it was fun to fool around with. Come on.
I don't find it. I find the only place where I find it fun to fool around with that kind of shit is GTA.
Yeah,
But that's like GTA. And even there, I prefer to shoot at the cops than the civilians because the cops can shoot back. Unless you're like in the hillbilly town because they also shoot back. Yeah.
The thing with cities though is like you can just have a really stupid idea and just try it out and see what happens. Like
Yeah, but none
not
of my really
disaster-wise,
stupid
I don't-
ideas are so stupid that they involve a tornado. You know what I
wind
mean?
power.
Like this, none of them are like, oh, I think there is this setup here will have a tornado as a component that will somehow be useful to what I'm trying to do.
What if you're entirely powered by windmills?
But then the tornado is going to destroy the windmills. Yeah,
Wouldn't it make them just spin faster?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they spin so fast. The problem is they will spin so fast that they will like speed the Earth up too quickly, and then because of the day and night cycle is going to happen too quickly, and people are going to get vertigo.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
why that's why they need to be careful to throttle like the fans that they use to spin the Earth that you see out there in the countryside.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah. I remember we actually, this is like in Boys Home, and one of the fucking adults there said, damn, that is actually cool looking. One of the adults like told one of the kids this, that like the big like wind farms are used to like spin the earth. And he said, I mean, he was a kid, right? He said, really? Except he was 16.
Oh my goodness.
God damn that
This is the
fucking.
precise moment when I realized, oh my god, most people are very dumb.
Yeah, dude, the kid's denser than, like, that kid's so dense. He's got his own atmosphere. Jesus.
Yeah, he needs some windmills so he can spin.
Yeah.
Anyway, people, it's been a nice stream. I am unfathomably tired. I can barely continue communicating in any way, shape, or form. Thank you for watching, and see you around. Whatever the last word of my exit thing is. I know it's